Thank you very much. Welcome to the Pro Billiard Tour. Welcome to Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Welcome to the Florida Flare-Up #3. Another in the series of the Camel Pro Billiard television series championship events. And we're in Fort Lauderdale, Florida for more serious pools, serious money, 9-ball competition. I'm Tom Kelly, surrounded by two of the experts of the game. The gentleman to my left is, of course, a Hall of Famer from Owensboro, Kentucky. That'd be Nick Varner, and the handsome lad to my right, always sartorially elegant, is King James Rempe out of Pennsylvania. We've got a great championship match tonight. We've got Johnny Archer going against Efren Reyes. I guess, gentlemen, these are probably the two best players in the game, would you think?
I would say so. They're both ranked 1 and 2 as of date.
And, of course, they call Efren Reyes the magician, and Johnny Archer is, of course, the player of the year from 1995. And continuing, he already has one win in San Diego this year in the Pro Billiard Tour. Nick, it was a very tough match for Reyes. He had to pull it out against Jamie Goodwin, who is a stranger on the tour to our audience out there. But what a great game he played. What a great match.
Oh, he played a really great match, and Efren had to make a phenomenal combination at the end.
A combination.
Yeah, can you imagine, Tom? Combination, Kelly?
I can believe a combination. For you folks who didn't get to see it, and we did here in Fort Lauderdale at the convention center, it was a 5-9 combination, no less. But Efren had to battle his way back to make it 10-all, and then he wins at 11-10 with that combination shot.
Yeah, he was behind most of the match. Jamie was ahead most of the match, and then Efren made that great shot at the end, and what a thrilling match that really was.
Johnny Archer's the defending champion of the Florida Flare-Up, and he, too, had a very tough match against Rodolfo Duat. In fact, he had to come from behind, and then it was 9-9, and then 10-9, and then he wins it 11-9.
Oh, it was a thrilling match. At the end, they both played perfect all the way up to the end, and they both missed a couple of balls. The pressure was so intense that, I mean, it overwhelmed both of them. But what Johnny did during the match is the first time I've ever seen him do this. He is probably the greatest breaker on the tour right now, and he changes his break. Instead of hitting them hard, he slowed it down, broke, let the cue ball go to the side of the rail, and come back out on the table, and he started making balls, and that's how he won the last 2 games.
A change in strategy. Maybe we'll see it in the championship match. Thank you, gentlemen. You'll provide the expertise and color commentary on the telecast. We thank you for joining us. We'll be back with the lag and the rules. Florida Flare-Up #3 from Fort Lauderdale, coming your way right after this timeout. All right, we're all set to go now. We'll have the lag. Archer against Reyes. Florida Flare-Up 3. Johnny Archer, of course, the defending champion. As you look down at the table and they shake hands, while he is to the left of your screen and Reyes to the right. The lag, the man who gets the cue ball to come back and rest closest to the cushion in front of him, will have the option of breaking, and Reyes wins the lag, and Reyes will go on now to break this first rack. We'll check the rules that govern this 9-ball competition here in Fort Lauderdale. They lagged for the break. We've seen that. Optional push-out. Any foul is a ball in hand. 3 consecutive fouls, you've lost the game or the rack. You must hit the lowest numbered ball first, and of course it is a race to 11. Efren Reyes, the magician, from the Philippines, Manila, considered one of the greatest players in the world, if not the greatest. Certainly has been a force here on the Pro Billiard Tour. He's the current 8-ball champion, having won that event in Las Vegas earlier on the tour. And of course, he is looking to see, or to try to accomplish a second win on the Young Professional Tour this year. Made a ball, gentlemen, so, and it would appear, Jim and Nick, this table is wide open for him, is it not?
I don't know. I think he's looking to see maybe if that 2 ball's in the upper right part of the screen and the 3's on the bottom rail.
And the 8-ball could be a problem for him there?
Well, I'm not even sure he can hit enough of the 2 to make it. He's looking at it right now.
He's looking to go this way and just clip the 2 if he can. I don't know if he can see enough of this ball here. If he can, that means the cue ball is going to have to go down this way. So there's a lot of balls in this area that he's going to have to get through to get back up here for somewhere on the 3-ball up here.
But hitting the 2-ball first is the first bit of business.
Yeah,
he made a ball.
No, he came straight across the table. That was a good shot.
Beautiful shot. He's in pretty good position for the 3-ball, which is back up, not the best, but under the circumstances, gentlemen, is about as good as he could do, isn't it?
Yeah, that was the best he could do, and he's got a real critical shot here because he's got to cut the 3 in, and then the 8's real close, and he's going to look like draw out of there.
He played safe off the shot. Well, that's a heck of a way for Reyes to start out. I never seen him do that before. He's usually a real aggressive type player.
Well, I agree with that shot, Jimmy. I like that.
Well, he's only got one way to kick, is this way, I think. It's come down here and go, just miss the 7 and come in here and hit the 3-ball like that. I don't think there's no other way you can get to the 3.
This is going to be a tough ball to hit, Jimmy.
Tough hit. Or he could come a different way here.
I think he may have to go below the side. Well, I don't know if he can get below the side.
Now, what's he talking to Scott about? Scott Smith, the referee, comes in. What is he asking Scott?
I think he's going to try to masse around the 8. He's looking.
That's what he's doing. He's going to try to masse. In other words, the cue ball is going to curve like this, come down here, hit this cushion, back here, and then hit the 3 ball that way.
Thank you, Jim Rempe. Nick Varner and Jim Rempe with us here up in the booth, looking down, watching the action as you are.
Or he can go this way, Tom. He can hit this cushion, then down that way, rather than the masse.
Boy, you're reading his mind. He seems to be just exactly what he's going to do. Is it the better of the 2 shots, guys?
I think so.
I like this shot. It's the best shot he's got.
He's going to hit it.
Beautiful.
Look out, he's putting the 3 by the 9 ball. There's a combination.
Carefully. No, that's right.
Combination.
That's right. But has he got enough of the 3 to make the 9?
Yes, he does.
Wow. Well, Reyes, of course, made a 5-9 combination with a 10-10, the 21st game, to beat out Jamie Goodwin to advance to the finals here. Why shouldn't he start out with a combination?
Well, I know that pleases you, Tom.
Well, listen, let me tell you, Nick Varner, it pleases Reyes, too, because he certainly took advantage of it, and he's now up 1-0 in the race to 11. You know, it might not have been the easiest of shots. Reyes certainly made it look very easy, but it seemed to me to be the obvious one because he had to hit the 3 ball, and the 9 was waiting to be knocked in.
Well, there's some for you players at home that were watching that shot. You can tell that he hit this ball very soft. In other words, he used the whole pocket. He hits the 9 a little bad, hits the point on the pocket there, and still goes in. That's because he hit it soft. If he'd hit that ball hard, the ball probably would have wobbled and stayed out.
So now Reyes, who had the first break and ran it out, Archer being stymied. People looking in at home, you'll notice that Reyes, after the break, if he makes a ball, will change cue sticks. Use a heavier cue, guys, to break the rack?
No, I wouldn't say so. The lighter the better, actually, because you want speed, not weight behind you. It's the same as the golfers, Tom. I mean, you play golf, the lighter the club, the faster you can get it through on the ball.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Same thing. They usually use about an 18.5-ounce cue for breaking.
Nick and Jim, as you look at this table, the 1 ball appears to be a cinch up in the corner. How's the rest of it set up?
Well, he's got a problem here. This 2 ball doesn't pass. It goes in this side pocket over here, but I don't think he has a shot to get there. He might just draw the cue ball and have it come across the table and try to break them this way, or just come straight into the balls and break them that way.
Tough shot, Nick Varner?
Yes, very tough. He's got to, like Jimmy said, break out the 2-8, or he may play position to
for
play
safety,
safe on the 2.
For the safety. That's what he's doing, for the safety.
Well, he certainly can hit the 2, but finding a place to put it is something else again. That is making it.
He may be trying to.
He's going to come behind the 3 in the 6.
And puts the cue ball up at the far end of the table.
It's right next to the 9. I think. I think Efren
my.
can play that 9 ball, Tom.
I do too.
A combination in that left-hand corner pocket.
I do too. At least the 9 ball is certain to move.
He's just going to shoot straight down the table here. Hit the edge of the 2 ball. Send the 9 over in this pocket here.
$20,000 awaits the winner, and you see the 9 ball, that precious banded ball that is the object of all the great billiard players' thoughts.
I'll tell you, this is serious pool. Both these players really want to win this match.
Well, you know, in addition to picking up $20,000, which certainly makes it a magnificent week here in Fort Lauderdale, didn't get it, kicked it the other way, didn't it? Huh?
Didn't hit it thin enough.
No.
But he's caught a little bit of a break here, Tom. The 2 fell behind the 4, and Johnny may have to either kick to the end rail or play a rail first shot, and the 3 is all the way up table. So
yeah, no way to get position on the 3, even if he kicked to the side cushion and made the 2. In other words, he can go this way, kick to this cushion here, off the cushion, clip this ball, either come this way with the cue ball around the table up for the 3 ball, or come this way and draw it this way and come back up this way. If he's trying to make the 2 ball, he might just try to hit the 2 ball and play safe off it.
Well, he's been trying to play safe, and so far it's resulted in a 1-0 deficit. And he was, I thought, kind of lucky, or Reyes did not play up to our expectations of him with that 2-9 ball, which might have been a combination that could have resulted in winning this rack. We'll see what
he's doing. What I said. He's going to try to come across the table with the cue ball and back up that way. Watch. He missed the ball, but watch the cue ball. See the cue ball going back up that way, Tom?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He's left the combination.
Yeah, he's got the 2-3 up there now.
Or he may play it safe and just stick that cue ball again. He just did a shot the first game where he stuck that cue ball behind the 8.
Reyes is looking over that end of the table. $20,000 to the winner, of course, and 200 points in the Camel Series point standings. And, of course, at the end of the year, the best of the best are going to split up $250,000. The point total leader right now, as we speak to you, is John Archer.
He actually played a good shot there. When he hit the 2-ball, he was actually playing a 2-ball in the side pocket, I think.
I agree with you, because look where he's got the cue ball for the 3, and he's left the 2-ball. Johnny's got a shot at the 2, albeit a long one.
Yeah, Johnny on this shot, what he's got to be careful is when he cuts that 2 in, he's got to dodge that 4-ball. He can get all the way back up table. He's got the angle to get back up table, but if he can get around that 4-ball, that's the key besides making this very difficult shot.
See, the angle is coming this way. He's going to have to use a little bit of right-hand English to straighten this angle out to come up in here for the shot.
There's a look at the rankings as far as points are concerned. 200 more will go to whomever wins this, whether it's Archer or Reyes, and you can see they're going to move themselves ahead of the young Turk.
Missed the 2.
Well, he didn't make it. He hit it, didn't make it, and he's going to leave it, I think, for Reyes to put in the side pocket, I would imagine. Johnny Archer was a winner, of course, down in San Diego. Nick Varner, the gentleman sitting next to me, won up at Reno. Rodney Morris has been a 2-time winner. Reyes is the 8-ball champion. Yes, Jim?
I don't know if he's got an angle. If he's got an angle here, he's going to try to let the cue ball come this way and back up here for somewhere for the 3-ball.
2-ball in the side.
He's going to hit this pretty hard.
Yes, he did. Right on cue.
The spin is
a little spin.
A little too
Not
soft.
getting it.
He didn't have a big enough angle on that shot.
Yeah, he was a little too straight in on that 2-ball.
No, another safety. Seen a lot of safeties off Reyes this opening couple of games.
Reyes defeated Jamie Goodwin out of Battle Creek, Michigan, a young pro who had really a great tournament. What a bank shot.
He played the bank and the 7-ball.
Oh, boy. What a nice shot. You know, it's interesting, one week to the next, how people, no matter what sport they're playing, their degree of excellence can vary. A week ago, Reyes against Rodney Morris really didn't seem to be up to par, did he, Nick?
Yeah, well, Rodney evidently controlled the match with the break, and he broke so much better and got all the opportunities early and got a big lead, and Efren just couldn't catch up.
No, and some of his play was not really up to the standards that we associate with Efren Reyes. He's a magnificent player called the Magician. And I would imagine, well, we won't dwell on the subject, that he is playing with a heavy heart, no question about it. His father passed away in the Philippines, and following this tournament, he's back home to the Philippines, and then he'll be back for the World 9-ball. But this has got to be a difficult week for him.
Yeah, he's really been playing great because I think he wants to dedicate this tournament to his father if he wins. And I think he's won 8 matches in a row. He lost his second round of this tournament, Tom, so he's been on a winning streak here.
Yes, this has been a very good week for him, no question about it. I say that in looking back at the U.S. Open 9-ball championship of a week ago, where Rodney Morris really just completely outplayed him and dominated that championship game. This is going to put Reyes up 2-0 as he successfully puts the 9-ball in the corner. Efren Reyes leads Johnny Archer 2-0 in the race to 11. We'll be back. Fort Lauderdale. We're in the convention center. This is Florida Flare Up 3. We'll be back. Reyes leads 2-0 over Johnny Archer, and the Magician from the Philippines is set to break here in rack number 3. We'll watch with you to see if he makes the ball. Cue ball very close to going in, but it didn't. His position, I think, on the 1-ball, but we'll let Jim Rempe and Nick Varner talk about that. Both balls, cue and 1-ball, up at the far end of the table.
Well, he's got a combination on the 1-4, and the 1 will stay right there after he pockets the 4-ball for position on the 1.
Well, we get Archer to the table now. See if John can do something about running out this rack.
This is a tough rack, Tom, because he's the first shot's okay, but on the opposite end, the 6 and 9 look like they're tied up, where he's either going to have to break them out, play a billiard on the 9. When he plays the 5, he's got an opportunity to break them out if he wants, or play position for the billiard, where he plays a cue ball into the 6 and kisses the 9 into the corner.
I think the 6 passes the 9, Nick.
Oh, does it pass the,
Yes.
the 9?
His problem here is getting on the 2 ball. You can see the 2 ball here. The 8's blocking the pocket here. He's going to wind up trying to either play position on the 2 ball or play for the combination. It's up to him, whatever he decides, because the 3 ball's up table also.
The 1 ball is not a problem for him, but as Jim Rempe says, it's got to be over to the 2 ball. I think he can cut that across the corner, can he not?
Yeah, he can play it straight in the corner and just draw back or stop for the 3, so he can come.
Okay, he's just going to make the 2 ball down the corner pocket here and bring the cue ball right back to where it is for the 3 ball in the opposite corner pocket over here. Also on this shot here, now he's got position on the 3 ball. It's just make the ball and come straight down the table for the 5 ball.
Which is what he's going to do. Beautifully played. Nice position with the cue ball. He's looking over the 7 and the 8, and of course he's got the 6 and the 9 down here. And you, gentlemen, the 6 will pass the 9. Now, this is how Johnny Archer got to the championship finals here. Defeated Luat in the semis, 11-9. Tony Ellen, Reed Pierce, who was last year's U.S. Open 9-ball champion, Scott Needham. He's been rolling along. He's undefeated. Comes from the winner's side of the double elimination tournament. Well, a lot of room for the 6 there, wasn't there? When we got a close-up, we could see that it was a relatively easy shot. In addition to being, of course, as good as there is on the Pro Billiard Tour, Archer is a very fine golfer, as is Nick Varner. Jimmy, do you play golf?
No, my sport is fishing when I'm away from this game.
Really?
Yeah, I like the fishing part.
Yeah, Tom, if you give me about 3 strokes aside, we might go out in the morning, buddy.
Now, boys, now, boys. This is an ongoing thing here.
I'll give you 3 aside if you spot me 10 games and give you the 9 ball in the 11th. That'd be about how fair that'd be. All right. Archer comes back. It's now 2-1 as Archer runs the rack. Did some nice work. Nice positioning of the cue ball. And this championship, the Florida Flare-Up 3 continues. We'll be back to see just how this title match ends up in just a bit. 2-1, Efren Reyes leads John Archer in this championship match. We're in the Convention Center in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. I'm Tom Kelly, along with Nick Varner, Hall of Famer, Jim Rempe. And we're watching Archer now as he breaks in this, the 4th rack. He's trailing 2-1 in games. Race to 11. Winner gets $20,000. Scratch the cue ball.
That was his first break. Efren made a ball the first time he broke, but he didn't make a ball the next 2 times. And Johnny didn't make a ball, but he found that side pocket, Tom.
Yeah, he made 2, and one of them was the cue ball, unfortunately. That's solid white rascal. And this table looks like it's wide open for Reyes, is it?
Yes, it is.
At least it does to me, but...
I think the key here is the 4 ball. I don't know whether it passes that 6 ball, but he's got cue ball in hand, so he's got a chance to play possession, to play it in another pocket.
Actually, if he played position for the 4 in the corner next, he got the wrong angle in the 2 ball. So he might draw it back. See, he's got the wrong angle. In other words, the cue ball's got to come this way off this particular shot. He wanted it to where he can come straight back here for the 4 in the corner pocket.
It clears the 6 from over there, huh?
Yeah, he's going to have to pound this and go to the side cushion and bounce back out. That's what he did.
That'll
okay.
work.
That'll work.
That'll work.
You know, I must be a terrible pool player. I admire the way you guys do this so effortlessly. But, you know, you always look for an angle and everything. You don't, things that are straight in just doesn't always suit your game. You want something that you can play off a rail or whatever. Here's how Reyes advanced. He did have a loss in there, but as you can see, he lost to David Howard in match number 2. And Howard's a very fine player. We don't see enough of him on the weekend playing for the championship. He's an outstanding professional player. Efren Reyes, though, I tell you, he's a very, very tough competitor and comes by his credentials in great fashion. He's an outstanding competitive player.
Yeah, it's amazing to me, Tom and Jim, is Efren signed a contract with Mutual Q's a month or two ago. In the last 2 tournaments, he's finished second. He's either going to finish first or second today, so that Q must be working pretty good, huh?
Well, I'm willing to give Meucci all the credit in the world, but I tell you, from time to time, I think this guy could play with a rake and knock him in the corner. That Meucci Q just adds a lot of cream to an otherwise magnificent game.
That name Magician kind of applies to him pretty good, doesn't it?
He does have some magnificent ability with that cue and with the ball, and that's why when we see him do something that ordinary people do, everybody is just totally shocked.
Well, he's not afraid to try things.
Well, he runs that rack, and now he takes an advantage of 3-1 over Johnny Archer. Don't think it's over by a long shot. It's a race to 11, you know, as the crowd looks on here. We're in Fort Lauderdale. This is the Florida Flare-Up 3, and we'll be back with more action in a moment. So we continue with the action here in Florida as we see Efren Reyes up 3 racks to 1, race to 11.
9 ball on his side.
Just that quickly, he is now up 4-1, and what a helpless feeling that is when you sit over there, as Archer is, and watch the 9 ball go.
Well, what a great matchup this is, Tom, because Johnny's currently the #1 ranked player in the world, and Efren's #2, and they're fighting it out. And with the growth of the tour this year, we got $1.5 million in prize money and $250,000 in those Camel points, and everybody's fighting hard.
Amen. I'm just checking some of the money figures so far to date, and we're just barely into this 1996 tour. Rodney Morris with $52,000 plus what he wins this week, and that's going to up it to better than $57,000. A win here by Reyes would give him $59,500. Already Morris has got $57,000. If Archer wins it, he'll be in the neighborhood of $54,009. So I tell you, there's some serious money out here for the serious pool players.
And we're not even halfway through the season.
No.
Well, we've really been fortunate.
And in his semifinal, he trailed Jamie Goodwin 6-1 in the semis and came back and won it 11-10. And I talked with Goodwin for just a moment. I'd not met him, so I introduced myself to him after the match, and I congratulated him. He said, you know, I didn't play very well in this match, and I'm sure he regrets having had a lead like that and letting it get away. But on the other side of the coin, if the only way to beat Reyes is not let him get off that stool. You've got to keep him just sitting over there, looking around and musing about what might have been. You let him get to the table, and you run the risk of having him destroy you. He's very good.
Davenport was playing really well this tournament. In their match, Efren Reyes come out of the box and hit him with 7 racks right from the get-go.
Well, remember the 8-ball championship in Las Vegas, gentlemen? Steve Miserak, one of the great names of this game and an outstanding player in his own right, never got off the stool but twice, made 1 ball, missed another, and Reyes defeated him 8-0. It was just uncanny, the ability that Reyes displayed in that match. And here he is up 4-1. They've moved and made a box there where you break from. You can see the line on the table as you look down at it at the top end of your screen. Is it tougher to make that 9 ball out of this box now? Is it easier? What's the...
He's going to billiard, I think, the ball here and try to let the cue ball come down and make the 6 ball here. Play position for the 5 down the corner pocket.
Made them both, didn't he? From the break, tougher to make the 9 ball now, or because he just did a moment ago?
I think so. I think it's tougher to make a ball on the break from that box.
I think it's easier to make the 9 ball from the box, but it's harder to make a ball.
Nice display, beautiful
touch.
Yep. And great position. He seems very much to be on his stick here in the championship match of the Florida Flare-Up 3. Johnny Archer is the defending champ.
Well, I know everybody in Manila is going to be watching this match tonight, Tom. Jose Poyat is Efren's sponsor, and he also supports billiards in the Philippines and also sponsors Team Philippines, and he's got to be pretty happy watching Efren play this match, huh?
Well, I tell you, it was very nearly Rudolfo Luat and Efren Reyes in all Philippine finals here. Crowd responds to a great shot maker, and now looking to make it 5-1. Reyes will put the 9 ball in the corner, and does. 5-1. Reyes has taken a very big advantage up over the Johnny Archer, the defending champion. So there he is, Efren Reyes, 5-1 in the race to 11, and we'll be back with more coverage of the Florida Flare-Up 3 from Fort Lauderdale right after this. Efren Reyes is at the break now, leading 5 games to 1.
He's off to a nice start in this match. He's got a nice lead. The last match, he fell behind 6-1. This one, he's leading 5-1.
Yeah. And now Archer, Reyes did not make a ball, so Archer comes to the table. They cut the 1 ball in the corner, and what happens the rest of the way, Jim Rempe?
Well, he's the 2 balls on the same side of the table, and he's going to have to let the cue ball go to the left here. So it looks to me like he's going to have to spin this ball with a lot of left-hand English and come down, maybe even shoot the 2 ball in the same pocket.
Well, whatever he's going to do.
You know, he could go this way, and come down in here and shoot the 2 ball back into the same pocket that he's shooting the 1 ball. That's what he's trying to do. I don't know if he hit it hard enough, or he's almost there. In fact, he is pretty good on the ball, though.
Yeah.
That's excellent.
Very nice. Free ball in the middle of the table there. Is that a problem?
No, it's just straight out back to the middle of the table for the 3, and then the 4 is up table 2.
The main thing is pocketing the 2, and I think right there with these 2 shots, if Johnny can get this 2 ball to go down, he's going to show Efren a little bit of magic of his own here.
Well, he wanted to be on the other side of the 3 ball. In other words, with the angle to come over to the right, and he's got the opposite angle. So he's going to have to follow this ball and go between the 4 and the 5. Go right between the 4 and the 5. There
what
it
a
is.
nice touch that is, huh?
Mm-hmm. Well done. Yeah, in fact, if you got the impression and weren't listening when we were talking to you about how good Reyes is, remember that Johnny Archer is the #1 player, certainly on the Pro Billiard Tour, conceivably in the world. This guy, this is not chopped liver up there now.
No, this is serious pool, I'll tell you. You couldn't get a better match than this one.
No.
Yeah, right now this is the best ticket in the game.
Yeah. He is the defending champ. He is down 5-1. It'll be a match worthy of all of his skills to bring this back to even or to pull it out, but we anticipate Archer equal to the task of making it a very competitive outing. Did he get enough of that cue ball down there for the 6?
Well, he wound up with an angle. He's going to have to come down table and back up for the 7. He would have liked to got straight in on the 7, on the 6 ball.
Yeah, in the side and...
Yeah, but now he's going to let the cue ball go down table here.
See, what he was trying to do there was, see, he's falling a little funny on this 7 ball,
yeah. Ooh,
and that's because he had to make the cue ball go about 8 or 10 feet on that position shot where he was wanting to fall straight in on that 6 where all he had to do was stop for the 7 ball or maybe go forward a few inches.
This is a funny kind of shot here, Nick. I don't know if he can come off the 7 and come 2 cushions. If he can come 2 cushions like this and back out to here for the 8 ball and have a tough cut on the 8 ball, or he can draw off here and come this way, which makes it a tougher shot, and come over here for the 8 like this.
Or if he can, he'll draw over 1 rail if it's possible, but I don't know if he can hit high enough on that rail.
What Nick means is draw over this way and have the cue ball try to come back like that, but I don't know if he can catch enough of the 7 ball to do that.
In addition to all of that, if he misses this, why, Reyes is going to run this rack right out and take a 6-1 lead.
That's what I said. Going to 3 cushions there, Tom, makes the shot a lot tougher, and he missed the ball.
Yeah. That's Nancy Grossman and her gorgeous daughter sitting there looking on. Nancy's the one who arranges all those late midnight flights for me back and forth across the country. She is with Ultimate Travel agency here in Florida. Really a delightful lady and very accommodating. Call her at home any other day or night and she can
Look at that
put
stroke.
the right accommodation together. Well, that's a tough break for Archer. He just had to do too much with the cue ball because he couldn't put the 6 in the side pocket, and he has left this table for Efren to run, and it's going to be 6-1 Reyes, and Archer's not able to do too much about it. Oh, that's tough. Very nice for Reyes. I think without beating anything to death, you make a mistake, leave the table for him, and he will make you pay for it. Reyes 6, Archer 1, the race to 11. The battle's going to heat up a bit. Archer's got to work hard to get back in it, and we'll be back in a moment to see how successful he is. Don't go away. From overhead, we watch Reyes with the break.
That 9's really moving there, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
He's got a hard shot on the 1. In fact, he may have to consider a safety here.
Well, there's a couple different ways to go for a safety. He can shoot the cue ball and come off the 1 and let the cue ball come down in here and put the 1 ball over in here for the safety. Or he can try to just knock the 1 over in here without making the 1 ball and put the cue ball over in here. It all depends what kind of angle, what kind of touch you can put on the ball. He tried to do it the first way I showed it.
Yeah, he's coming down to this end of the table, and I think he's pretty successful. I don't think the ball will pass. Will it go through the 6? It won't, will it?
We may see Johnny shoot a jump shot here. This is setting ideal for a jump shot, and Johnny's one of the best I've ever seen with a jump shot.
Yes, he is. How they say you can bet the grocery money on this one if he jumps.
I tell you what, I very seldom see him miss one of these jump shots. He's the best I've ever seen.
Where does he strike the cue ball to make it jump literally over the 6? Does he hit right down on top of it?
Yeah, he hits close to the middle unless he wants to draw it, and then he tries to hit it a little lower, right in the middle.
Well, he hit it. He needed a better break than that to make a ball. He didn't, and I don't know.
Got a billiard here on the 6 ball.
Yeah.
Going to come off the 1 and make the 6 in the side pocket. Looks that way to me anyway.
Or he could play safe, but
It looks like the 6 is...
he's definitely looking at it, isn't he?
Yeah, or he's going to cut the 1. He might be cutting the 1. But the 2 is down here unless he's going to come off the 6 for the position.
I believe he's cutting the 1.
No, he played the 6.
No, he played the billiard.
Yeah.
That's a great shot.
Yes, and he leaves this 1 ball right dead in the pocket there, and the 2 balls right. Yeah, Reyes is off and running here, and Archer, despite his talents, really you need a bit of luck. Maybe more than a bit.
Everything looks pretty easy here. There's the 6 ball again. But the 4 and the 7 are on the same cushion. It's going to be a little bit of a tough position shot for the off the 4 to the 7 ball.
He almost has to go 3 rails off the 4, doesn't he, Jimmy?
Exactly.
4 to the 7, he'll have to go 3 rails, I
because
believe.
the 9 is in the way coming back and forth. We're almost in the way, or the side pocket's in the way.
It's going to be a good shot going from the 4 to the 7. I know Archer's going to be watching because that he could get an opportunity
to
back
get
at
up
the
off
table.
the chair.
This is going to be a good shot, and he has to judge the speed, the angle it's coming in, so he doesn't snooker himself on the 8.
Yeah, he's got to really go. He's got to go far enough to cut the 7 in the same pocket, but yet not get behind the A ball.
I mean, is the 4 froze? If it's froze, it makes it a different kind of shot too.
Looks frozen.
He's drawing the ball. He's going back and forth. No, he's going to change his mind maybe.
Yeah, it looked like he was going to draw crossed and try to miss a 9.
Yeah, he's just going to try to just miss the 9 ball, go back and forth. Just missed the 9 ball. I don't think he got there. Yes, he did. He hit it perfect.
Yeah, what a great shot.
What a shot that was.
Hard to miss that side pocket there on that shot, Jimmy.
Man, he hit that so good.
Reminiscent of his performance in the 8-ball championship at the Riviera Hotel in Las Vegas, where he had Mizrak sitting on the chair, wouldn't let him up. He's got Archer over there, and Archer isn't getting much of a chance here at this Florida Flare-Up title.
Only game in the world where you can compete and not get your chance at the table.
That's right.
That's why there's so much pressure in this game.
And don't look now, but Reyes is going to make it 7-1 as he has the 9 ball dead in the side pocket and does that. Roar of applause from the crowd here. Very knowledgeable billiard players, to be sure, as they look on. It is 7-1, Efren Reyes. And look at that statistic, 1,000. That's a perfect effort. You're watching from the magician from the Philippines. We'll be back with more. Before we watch Reyes with this break, gentlemen, Nick Varner, Jim Rempe, 1,000. This is a perfect effort so far. He's not made a mistake, hasn't scratched, hasn't missed a ball. He's done everything picture perfect.
Well, this will be the first one ever on television. If he's able to maintain that average, he'll set a history with that 1,000.
Well, up off the chair is Johnny Archer, the defending champion. The 1 ball, the 3 ball are all the way up at the other end, Jim Rempe. As you take a look at these statistics, you can see that all of those zeros over there are just that, zeros. No mistakes, no balls scratched, no kicking errors, no safety errors, no position errors, nada. Balls pocketed, 41. Magnificent performance by Reyes. And now Archer's got his work cut out for him.
I don't think
he's shaking his head, and he's facing a tough position here.
safety.
Trying to play the billiard on the 1-3, but that was really a hard shot.
Oh, is the 6? Well,
he's going to cut the 1 in the corner, the left-hand top corner.
Can he get it by the 6 all the way up there? Yes, he can.
It's a tough shot, but if it's the ball here, send this ball up here, up to the corner pocket. This is a real tough shot. Anytime you're cutting a ball backwards like this,
And then he's got to play position on the 2, and what a job he did killing that ball. What a marvelous shot. Boy, he is living up to his name, the Magician, tonight.
Is Reyes on or is Reyes on? Huh?
He hit that with a little bit of left-hand English, too, which made the shot even more difficult.
This may be the best I've ever seen him play.
As soon as you said that, Nick.
Just that.
Sorry.
No, well, Archer would thank you for it if that indeed.
Yeah, Johnny
jinx
will
him,
be
but
thanking me for it, but
boy, now you see that is totally unexpected. Obviously, he was worried about position somewhere else, or took his mind off it for just a moment, or.
well, what makes this game so hard is it takes so much concentration that if you lose it for a fraction of a second, a mistake can.
Combination.
Totally unlike. Yes, we're going to take a little look at. Whoops, on the 9, is he?
On the 9, yeah. Oh, no, the 2 passed. I didn't think it went by the 9.
Well, Archer's only gotten to the table a couple of times, guys. I think he better just run them one at a time rather than try to make that combination. Unless that 9's hanging right there.
He's got a real tricky shot right here. He's got to have good speed, good angle to get over for this 4 ball for the 3, and then he's got to get back up for the 5.
He's got to come hit the 3 ball, let the cue ball come this way, and try to bring it right over in here for the 4 ball in the corner pocket. This is all speed control. He's going to hit this with a high left-hand English cue ball.
Well, this would appear to be then the toughest shot he's got toward running this rack. Is that right, guys? Because if he does that and gets it over here in position for the 4, he can pretty well handle the rest of the table, can't he?
Well, then he does have a little work left to do. He's got to draw back and clear that 6. If he gets straight in, he would have been better off with an angle where he could have come around 2 or 3 rails. Now he's got to draw up and clear that 6 and get the 5 in the side pocket. And this requires a really good stroke.
Cue ball control right here. He's got to draw it back about 2 feet.
Plus, he has to make the 2.
He's trailing 7-1. Desperately needs to run this rack and get things.
Look out for the 6.
Got to be kissed. Pretty good. Gonna clear it?
He got his probably his first break of the match there. He's got a good shot on the 5 in the side. He's going to have to go down table, but I think he's pretty happy because I know when you're down this far that even the simple shots sometimes look hard.
But he's no way out of this match.
No, but cue ball, as Nick said, it was a fortuitous move there to hit the 6 and move it just enough. He could have very easily stymied himself. I've seen the Hall of Famer sitting next to me do just that. It wasn't that long ago, and it just almost broke his heart. Did it to himself and losing it. And I think to Reyes, was it not to Reyes, Nick? He lost such a tough match, didn't you?
Oh, yeah, it was at the World 8-Ball Championship.
Boy.
Yeah, you're right about that. It broke my heart, and then after I hooked myself, he broke it even more.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. He fought his way back. He was kind of like Archer. He was on the stool sitting there watching Reyes run away with it, and finally got a chance. And, but that was another story. There'll be another tournament. We'll get this one out of the way. And Johnny Archer's off the bench now, and he's up, and it's 7-2, and he's responding to the nice round of applause from the knowledgeable fans here in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. This is the Florida Flare-Up 3. Johnny Archer, in case you've just joined us, is the defending champion in this event. And he is the #1 player in the world, and he's in against the guy that would be #1 if Archer went around. That'd be Efren Reyes out of the Philippines.
Well, what makes Johnny so great, he's down 7-2, but he breaks the ball so good. He's such a strong offensive player that believe me, he can erase this deficit very easy.
Yeah. I couldn't believe when in his match against Luat that he went to the soft break because he has such a powerful break. Well,
needs to make a ball. Look at the 9 ball rolling toward the corner, yeah. And will the 1 ball pass the 9 down in that upper left-hand corner, guys?
I think it will. Otherwise, we're going to see a combination. But I think it passes.
Yeah.
Yeah, the 1 ball I think passes by the 9 ball here. And with the shot here, he's going to go 2 cushions and back out to the middle of the table, or just draw it back out to the middle of the table.
For the 2 ball on the other end. Yeah.
He drew it. Watch out for the 7.
Oh, hooked himself. I think, did he not?
Yes, he did.
Yes, he did. He snookered himself there.
Guys, we've seen after a near flawless performance with a percentage of 1,000, 2 rather pedestrian shots now by Reyes. He missed one, gave Archer a chance to run the table, which he did. Now he's left himself tough here.
That was a shot that he's, like Nick said before, he's been playing with this cue for a couple different tournaments, and this cue, the Miucci cue, really has a lot of power, and he really overstroked it, which he didn't have to. And the cue actually helped him draw the cue ball. That's why it went so far.
Yeah, he told me last night that he was really getting a lot of power out of the Meiichi cue, Jim.
Oh, tremendous power in that cue.
Has he left Archer anything, gentlemen?
I think basically probably a safety. If he tries to pocket the 2, I guess I can't tell from this angle. I don't think he's got a shot to pocket the 2.
He's looking for a safety here. There's a lot of different ways to play the safety.
He put him right behind the 3.
Well, he found one way, didn't he?
Well,
he can hit that 2 ball. Can he kick off that rail and hit it?
It makes for an easy hit, and Reyes does this better than anybody. I mean, as far as hitting a certain side of the 2 ball and putting the 2 in one part of the table and the cue ball in another part of the table. So it's a safety, but it's not really that good a safety.
No. It's good enough that I think Reyes would have to be lucky. Will that 2 ball pass everything going up into the corner?
He's going to try to make the
across.
2 ball on the side. He's going to draw the cue ball off one rail right into it and try to make it.
Plus, see what I mean by hitting one side of the ball and splitting the 2 balls? And look, he wound up with the safety.
I don't know. He can hit that 2 ball. Can he make it?
Yes, he can, yeah.
Yeah, he's even got, well, I think the safety here is harder than making the ball. The shot's tough, though. Most of the situations in this match, when Johnny comes to the table so far, he's looking at difficult shots. He hasn't been looking at anything easy.
No, been no gifts from Reyes, really, despite the fact that he's had a couple of pedestrian shots after opening up in brilliant fashion. I would think and one of the tough angles about this is the fact there's a lot of cloth between the ball and the object ball.
And the position after the shot.
And then he's got to hit it. You see how easy he had to hit that ball to stay down on this end? But he's left Reyes a little difficult, too.
Although Reyes has got a chance to cut that ball into the corner. For Archer, if that ball had gone, it would have been the best of all possible worlds. He was back down here for a position on the 3, but now he has given Reyes another chance to hurt him. Reyes does, comes back.
Cuts that ball in the length of the table. You know, it's amazing.
He hit that ball.
He didn't, no.
I don't know how old Reyes is, but he still makes those cut shots.
Are we talking nerves here, are we, Jim Rempe?
I'm talking eyesight. I mean, that's a long shot to hit that ball that thin.
Well, just making the ball was a great shot, huh?
I don't know. He's going to try to play some kind of a safety here. I mean, he's got a lot of different ways to go. He could just come off the 3 ball and bring the cue ball back in here, leave the 3 over in here somewhere.
I think he's going to try to maybe bring both balls over to this rail and block with this 3 balls, the 4, 5, 6.
What's not a bad shot here, Nick, and I like this shot, is to bank the 3 ball here, let the cue ball come back this way, and try for the safety and the shot of the 4 in the side pocket.
Well, I kind of like your choice there.
Can he bank it across
It's a
the
two-way
table?
shot. Two-way shot here. No, he went for the total safety.
Yeah, well, he wanted to get that 3 ball. Notice he didn't want to leave it on that rail where Johnny might have a combination on the 9. He got it below the 9.
Now, John can make this in the left-hand corner pocket. Is that a tough cut shot, cutting it back in?
I think he's going to play safe here. I think he's going to hit the 3 ball on the left side and try to go behind the 9.
He's going to let the cue ball come off the 3 and come back at the 9 ball here. The reason he's doing that is because you can see this cluster of balls here is tied up. So the safety is a better percentage shot than going for the shot.
Great shot.
Oh, is that any
Great,
good?
marvelous
Is
shot.
that any good?
What a touch.
Now if you get cue ball in hand, you can break up the cluster.
And, of course, Reyes has got to find somehow, some way to get that solid white ball, the cue ball, to come in contact with the 3 ball.
Well, this is a hard one just to make contact here. He's going to, I'm not saying that he won't hit it, but Efren's got to make a great shot just to hit the 3 here.
He plays such good 3-cushion billiards that he usually hits balls like this, too.
Yeah, he don't miss many.
He's leading 7-2 in the race to 11.
Straight
and
down.
Archer needs a break here. A miss by Reyes, ball in hand, a chance to run the table, and
He sure
he
did
shuts
hit it.
Isn't he? Hit it just flush, too, didn't he?
Now, I think Johnny's got a good opportunity here. I mean, it's still a hard one, but I think he can bank the 3 ball in the corner pocket and swing around 2 or 3 rails and play the 4 in the same pocket.
In other words, shoot the bank, play the 3 ball back in this pocket. Meanwhile, the cue ball is going to go this way, up here, back over here for the 4 ball down in the same pocket as the 3 ball.
And if he does that, makes the 4, he'll break up that 5-6, I would imagine, won't he, in the process?
Well, if he gets straight on the 4, he can also play the 5 ball in either the side pocket or the corner pocket.
Got to make this bank shot back over, and
It went a little.
he's going to make it the other side. He's going to make it the other side.
2 rails, and
look at the position on the 4. That's beautiful. And Archer, I'm sure, would be the first to admit that he was trying to make it back in the lower right-hand corner, but made it nonetheless. And there's no place on the card for just how many, huh?
well, he deserves a break in this match the way they've been rolling. I think he hadn't got many.
Nope, that's the first shot he got lucky on.
Now, take a look. He was going to try to make it there, I'm sure. In the meantime, hit it well enough that it hit and rolled across in good position on the 4.
Now he's got 2 options here. He can either hit this ball and bump the 6 or follow down for the 5 in the opposite corner pocket. Or bump the 5. That was a good shot, too.
That's very nice. Yeah, that's well played. See any problems for him here if he can put that 5 ball across the table in the corner?
He's going to come up 2 cushions to play the 6 in the bottom. If he makes the 5 ball over here, the cue ball is going to come this way and up this way and right about in here for the 6 ball back in the corner pocket.
I think what he's worried about here, Tom, is
The scratch.
looks like he's reaching in number 1, and the next thing is he's got to roll this a little. He's a little thinner than he'd like to be. See how softly he struck that 5 ball?
Well, he didn't take advantage of the roll that he got.
No, he didn't take advantage of the chance to run this rack. That's a shame.
Yeah.
Well, so far in this match, everything seems to be pretty well going Efren's way. Johnny seems to be having a little trouble getting on track. Yeah, he's facing always a little something tricky every time he has to make a shot.
Funny how this game is like that, too. Sometimes the balls just will not let you win.
I tell you, go out and play a little golf from time to time, Jim. Put that fishing rod away, and you'll find out just how exasperating it can be from one day to the next. And I would imagine this game that has so much hand and eye coordination to it is every bit as frustrating.
Well, there's one thing about fishing, though, Tom. I mean, you don't have to stay in stroke. You can go out there after a year of not playing and still play as good as you used to.
That's right. That's right.
Ooh, wobbled that one in.
Boy, you're right, Nick. I mean, if there is a scale full of breaks that have certainly gone the way of the magician so far in this match.
Yeah, everything kind of seems to be going his way. He's not only playing great, but he's keeping Johnny kind of handcuffed.
Yeah. He leads 7-2 in this race to 11. He's got the 8 ball and then back up in the far corner for the 9 ball, and that is going to make it really an enormous uphill battle for Archer, who is at that point now where, first of all, he's got to get to the table. Secondly, he's got to run a lot of racks and not make a mistake at all anywhere if he's going to climb back into this championship. It is 8-2 as Efren Reyes, the magician from the Philippines, has taken a very commanding lead over the defending champion, Johnny Archer. You're watching the Florida Flare-Up 3. We're in Fort Lauderdale. We'll be back in a moment. Efren Reyes leading 8-2 in the race to 11, and he is at the table, cue in hand, ready to break this rack. Archer sits and looks on. Hasn't had a chance to play much and has not had much luck or success once he got to the table.
He made that corner ball straight in that time, and what marvelous position he's got on the 1, but the
perfect.
2 to the 3 is the key here, isn't it, Jim?
Yes, it is. I mean, he can play for the 2 ball in the side pocket or down the corner pocket. The 2 either goes in this pocket, naturally, you can see it for yourselves, or down this corner pocket, or he's playing for the 2, actually. He just put his finger on the table. He's going to try to put the cue ball over here. In other words, come off the 1 this way and right over to this spot here for the 2 ball in the side pocket. The reason for that is he wants to wind up with an angle on the 2 to get down for the 3 ball. He judged the speed pretty good right here. Right about where he put his finger. It's still a little tough, though, I mean, because the 7's in front of the 3.
I think what he wants to do here, if he can, is draw short of the side and bounce off for the 3. What do you think, Jim?
Yeah, like 2 cushions, what you're talking about, to the middle of the table, probably. Or no, he's just...
Oh, you think he's going all over?
No, he's drawn here and bouncing straight out to the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was much easier.
You know, he's still got to make that cue ball travel a lot from that 5 to that 7, so he needs a good angle on that 5.
Just cut the ball in straight up to the middle of the table. Just judge the speed, and he did it perfect. But like you said, the 5 to the 7 is the key shot right here. He's got to get a good angle
You think he's going to draw up or try to go around with the rails? That 9's kind of in the wrong place.
What Nick is talking about, if he gets this angle with the cue ball over here, he can come off the 5 this way, and come down in here for the 7 ball. Or he can draw the cue ball back to here and then come off the cushion back to here for the 7 ball in the opposite pocket.
I think he's going to come short of that 8.
Yeah, he's coming to 3 cushions. The 3 cushions. Inside the 8 in the side pocket.
And he'll be using low right English on this.
He's going to shoot the cue ball this way. Cue ball's going to go that way, in here, inside the 8 and the side pocket. This is really cue ball control here for the 7 ball in the corner pocket.
At least that's one option he's got.
Yeah, that's definitely the way he's going to go. When I seen you earlier, Nick, I thought you were winning this tournament. You had some kind of cigar that was bigger than you, I thought.
Yeah, I thought Nick was having a baby or somebody in the family was. Where'd you get that cigar?
Well, Phil Wyndham, he owns the Chattanooga Billiard Club in Chattanooga, Tennessee, and he's really got a unique club there. Well, he's got 2, matter of fact, and he's got a big humidor and a private club called the Havana Room there, and he gave Jimmy and I a couple great cigars, Davidoff, and those were good, weren't they, Jimmy?
Oh, man, I never had a cigar like that in my life.
I thought somebody, a big dividend had been paid or something. You guys going around smoking those cigars are about the size of you.
Felt like I was a high roller in
Meucci
Vegas.
Q, for God's sake.
Just didn't have a tip on it, Tom.
That's right.
Here's a touchy little shot. I mean, you don't really want to get this kind of angle because this is a missable shot.
Archer is looking at a 9-2 deficit.
Perfect.
9-2, Reyes leads. Camel Championship Point Fund, the payout, $60,000, goes to the winner, the point total winner for the year. Then 30,000, 25, 20, 15, all the way down to 10,000. Actually, they're going to pay the lowest of the point total winners $2,000, and even that is not a bad bonus. But look at that, 60,000.
I like those numbers. Right now I'm sitting on that 4 spot, Tom, and I kind of like the looks of that.
Well, there's a long way to go, Nick. I think we're not halfway through this yet.
Oh, no.
We still have about 8 or 9 tournaments to go.
9-2, Reyes.
Look out, 9 ball.
Look
9
out.
ball.
Oh, boy. You know, that cue ball almost kissed it and knocked it in the corner.
Now Johnny's got an opportunity.
To get back into this a little bit?
But he may have to start off with a safe. He's facing the best of bank shot here, Tom.
He can't. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, he doesn't have much of a.
While Johnny's looking at this shot, he told me if I got an opportunity to thank his sponsor, Q-Sticks in Colorado, and he's got a beautiful cue himself there, Tom. Did you see that?
Yeah, I did. Gorgeous thing.
That's a Sean cue.
I think if Johnny loses this match, I think he still stays ahead in the points with Camel, don't he?
Yes, he does. He will be the #1 point producer on the tour so far. And, of course, that is a marvelous, marvelous $250,000. I tell you, the intensity of this tour just went up dramatically when that was announced. The players getting themselves in shape. And don't think you have to be in shape to play this game. Concentration, you're on your feet. Everybody is coming into town, going to shoot the sheriff out of the saddle, and you've got to be ready. Guys that you never even heard of come wandering in, and before you know it, you're in a tough match with them. It's not easy. And
Well, I noticed that there's a lot more players practicing this year, Jimmy, in the practice room.
There sure is. I'll tell you, I never seen players so much under pressure as I've seen this year, too.
Yeah, everybody's really fighting hard for...
How about this combination, guys? Anything here?
Well, he's going for it, I think.
Well...
And he did and didn't make it.
Things have been going so tough for him. He's just trying to do something to turn that momentum around
Right,
and get a quick win.
Yep, he's down 9-2 in the race to 11, and Reyes, a lot of table between the cue ball, and the 1 ball.
Well, I think Efren might have a safety opportunity here where he can cross the 1 and send the 1 all the way up to the other
The 1
end.
this way and send the 1 right back up table here.
Which
Put
is
the
what
cue
he's
ball
doing.
underneath here.
Which is exactly what he's doing. Well, I'll tell you, here's Archer now looking at nothing easy about this. I think he can hit the 1 ball, but any hopes of making it, I think, are dim.
Well, I know his feeling because every time he comes to the table, he's looking at a tough shot.
He's coming this way. He's just going to try to catch the one ball, to send the one ball back down this way, I think. I don't think he's trying. Well, he missed the whole ball.
Oh, that's terrible.
That's terrible. I mean, that's the worst thing possible, that is.
You know, he kind of shot that in such a big hurry, it seemed to me, didn't he?
He's kind of disgusted. You can tell by the look on his face.
Yeah, yeah. But it looked to me like he just rushed the shot without, well, Efren Reyes is looking to make it 10-2. Is there any trouble on the table for him at all?
The 5 ball is the toughest shot.
And right here, I think he's going to have to play a combination, so he has to control where the 2 ball and the cue ball go, so he has a good shot on the 2.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't be a bit surprised that if he didn't make both the 2 and the 3 with this.
No, he won't do that, Tom. He's either going to leave the 2 in front of the side pocket or knock a down table for it in the corner of the next shot. He left it in front of the side. See, to get back on the 5 ball is the key shot in this rack.
I see. So he had to have that 2 ball stay out so he can play some position for the 5, huh?
He's still in a little problems getting to the 4 ball to get the right angle to get to the 5.
He's got to either go between the 6 and 7 or clear the 6 with a draw. And he did that part perfect, and he's got a pretty good angle to get good on the 5. He just has to be careful he doesn't end up behind one of those balls. He's got to float up between the 6, 7, or maybe even bump the 7.
Speed. Players are always looking at least 3 balls ahead, never less than 3 balls ahead. Wouldn't you say, Nick?
Yeah.
The angle to get to the next angle.
What I usually do is do exactly like Jim said. I play at least 3 balls ahead, but usually I look to see where the problem balls are going to be in the whole rack, so I kind of look at the whole rack ahead.
Exactly, but at least you're playing 3 balls ahead at all times.
Well, he's just going to make the 6, is he not? And will there be a combination for the 7?
No combination.
All right. Okay.
Sorry, Tom.
Well, I just thought maybe we could enhance the thrill of the excitement of it all. Reyes is going to be very content, very conservative, up in the corner, and put it in the side. Shame on me for thinking he was going all the way up in the corner.
He's going to play the 9 up the table for his next shot. Just going to come right, or you think he's going to draw this ball? I think he's going to play for the 9 up by where he's at. Yep.
Yeah, he's just going to float over, and I tell you what, he's ended up with a hard shot here. He wanted that cue ball right on the rail, and he's about 1.5 feet short, so he's got to, this is a hard shot on the 9.
Yes, it is.
The 9 ball, is it frozen on the rail, or is it out just a little bit?
It's out a little bit. It's off a little bit. But this is a hard shot.
But he is ahead 9-2.
Yep.
Right in the middle of the pocket.
10-2. He makes the difficult look relatively easy. Efren Reyes rolling along in the Florida flare-up 3. He's up 10-2. He's on the hill. And Archer is in big trouble and can't get off the stool to do anything about it. We'll be right back. It is 10-2 in favor of Efren Reyes in the race to 11. He has the cue in hand and the cue ball ready for the break here. He runs this rack while it's over and done with.
Look out, 9. It's on the break.
How about that? Well, maybe it's only fitting that he would finish it off that way. He made the 9 ball twice on the break, and he put this one away 11-2. Overwhelming Johnny Archer in this match. Makes the 9 ball on the break and wins the Florida Flare-Up 3, and with it $20,000, and he continues to be, if not the best, one of the truly great pool players in the world. Watch it again as he's congratulated by his fans on the break. Watch the 9 ball headed for the pocket.
Kicked in by the 5 ball. Well, that's for you, Dad, Mr. Reyes, wherever you are.
Yeah. We told you earlier that his father had passed away. He's headed back home to Manila for the services, and he has played this tournament under strange and difficult conditions. Efren Reyes wins the Florida Flare-Up, his 2nd victory on the tour this year, an overwhelming 11-2 edging of Johnny Archer. We'll be back in a moment. And Efren Reyes makes the 9 ball on the break. I'm standing here, of course, with Efren, Rolando Vicente, Mr. DeMarco from the Joseph Roberts Company. The commissioner's over there, Don Mackey, and I've got my 2 experts here. Have you been involved, Jimmy, in matches like this where there's not much you can do about it?
Well, yeah, Johnny got off to a slow start, and then once that happened, everything just turned, and he couldn't get an easy shot to start with, and it was a shame to see him. He shot .765. That's really uncharacteristic of Johnny. I mean, he's an excellent player, has played good all week, and just didn't get going.
I was talking to you, Nick Varner, about the 8-ball competition. You played against Efren Reyes out in Las Vegas, and that you know how tough this guy can be.
Yeah, he's really tough, and right now the best ticket in pool is Johnny Archer and Efren Reyes, and tonight Efren Reyes came out on top, and but Johnny's a really great player and champion, and my congratulations for both of them for a job well done.
Thank you, Nick. And of course, we turned Johnny Archer, and this is kind of tough. You had to sit there and watch that 9-ball go in, but he was overwhelming tonight, wasn't he?
Well, he played really well, and you know, the shots I had some tough shots, but you know, I was kind of disappointed that I didn't make at least a couple of them, but you know, at least make a showing. But you know, Efren's a great champion, and you know, I'm pretty sure this won't be the last time we play in the finals. I'm
convinced it won't be. You're a great champion yourself, trying to defend here the Florida flare-up. Didn't turn out that way, but we look forward to watching you in the World 9-ball competition. I know you'll be there and give a good account of yourself. Thank you for a great match nonetheless.
Thanks, Tom.
Thank you, Johnny. Let's go over here and visit with Mr. Reyes, and let me get between Efren here and Mr. Rolando Vicentes, who's going to handle some interpreting for us. First of all, would you tell Efren just how good we thought he played tonight? We thought he was magnificent.
Siyempre, yung laro mo magnificent na inaasahan lang ibang naging maganda yung laro mo.
Oh, well, in the beginning, I was playing bad, you know, and then the last match, I played with Johnny Archer. That's the play I got only.
Yes, you know, in fact, in the U.S. Open 9-ball, Rolando, I didn't think he played up to his capabilities. I didn't think he was that, you know, he just uncharacteristically played rather badly. Not that Morris didn't deserve to win, but tonight he was magnificent.
Yang hindi lang inaasahan yung laro mo nakaraan sa US Open. No, ngayon nabigla si Tam na ang binitaw mo ngayon, maganda talaga tinira mo yung araw na to.
Ay sabihin mo na sa kanya yung nadagdagan lang ang dunong ko dahil ginamit ko na yung tako Nuche dahil nagkaroon ng magandang pag-asa ron.
What you just said before, you just the cue used before a little bit adjustment. So now the Meucci cue.
The new Meucci cue that he's using, he's finally getting used to it, huh? Yeah. The cue's certainly getting used to you too. In fact, we're going to show our viewers back home once again making that 9-ball on the break. In fact, he did it twice tonight. Made the 9-ball on the break.
Yeah, yung laro mo nakadalon ka, ano anong sasabihin mo dun sa cue?
Actually, lucky when you play break, make the 9-ball.
What did he say? Lucky to do that? Is that what he said?
That's what he said. He's lucky.
Listen, when you're the magician and maybe one of the greatest players in the world, I don't know, luck, of course, takes a hand in it. But this guy takes advantage of everything.
Excuse me, gusto mo bang bati yung sponsor mo sa Pilipinas? Efren just said that he want to acknowledge our sponsor back home, yes. Mr. Jose Puyat.
Yes.
Giving us the full support competing in the United States.
Yes, indeed, Mr. Puyat. In fact, there's much talk about being in the Philippines the spring of next year and having some great matches and great tournaments over there. Mr. Robert DeMarco here of the Joseph Roberts Company Incorporated has a very nice presentation. Robert, if you'd step in here, I'll help hold this up. This is as close as I'm going to get to it. Bob, move in. $20,000, huh?
That's a bit of a purse, huh?
Indeed it is.
Yeah, we're real happy in being involved with the American Pro Billiards Association and helping present this. We think it's a fabulous sport, and it's going to grow here in the U.S.
Well, we thank you very much, and we thank the Joseph Roberts Company for their participation. And, of course, it's always a great thrill to come to Fort Lauderdale and the Florida flare-up, and we hope it's a permanent stop for years and years to come.
Well, we're down here permanently, so I hope so.
Indeed, I do. Efren, one more final note here, and I hate to end on a sad note, but would you pass along our condolences to Efren and the rest of the family on the passing of his father? We know this has been a very difficult time for him, and we wish him a very safe trip back home to the Philippines.
Sabi ni Tom na pinapabot yung pakikiramay sa'yo lahat ng player ng tour. Magkaroon ka ng safe home.
Thank you very much for all.
Yes, and thank you for great pool, Efren.